Hey everyone, welcome back to another exciting episode. I'm your host, Knox, and I'm thrilled to have Liya with me today. How are you doing, Liya?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic, Knox. So excited to be here and talk about one of my favorite topics. Past tense is like time travel for your language skills, right?
I love that analogy. Time travel, yes. Well, listeners, get ready to jump back in time with us today. We're going to unlock the past indefinite tense, also known as the simple past tense. This tense is one of the most important in English because it helps you talk about things that happened in the past. Easy, right?
Absolutely. And I think we all love talking about the past, right? Whether it's our childhood memories, trips we've taken, or funny moments with friends, the past indefinite tense is going to make all of that sound smooth and natural. But hey, we're not just talking grammar today. Oh no. We're going to make it fun, real, and full of energy.
Oh, you're totally right. It's going to be wonderful. But before we get into the details, let's get to the hook that will make you fall in love with the past indefinite tense. Imagine you're talking to your best friend about your vacation last year. You say, I went to the beach, swam in the ocean, and ate the most amazing seafood. Oh, I bet you felt like a storyteller there, didn't you?
Oh, definitely. And guess what? You just used the past indefinite tense without even thinking about it. It's super simple, and we use it for everything, whether you're telling stories, sharing experiences, or explaining something that happened in the past. This tense is the one you need. Ready to dive into it?
Yes. All right, let's break it down. The past indefinite tense is used to talk about completed actions or events that happened in the past. Like the vacation you mentioned, Liya. It's something that happened, it's finished, and we use the second form of the verb. Simple as that. Let's take a closer look.
All right, let's get into it. So for regular verbs, you add ed at the end. For example, I walked, she played, they visited. But, oh boy, don't we love irregular verbs, Knox?
Oh, yes. Irregular verbs are like the cool kids at school. They don't follow the rules. For example, instead of go ed, we say went. Instead of eated, we say ate. They look awesome, but they need to be memorized.
Oh, absolutely. It's like trying to catch the train when you're already late. Totally unpredictable. But don't worry, we're going to practice those tricky irregular verbs so you can master them in no time.
Okay, here's the cool part. Negative sentences. When you want to say you didn't do something, you just use did not or didn't. So instead of I ate pizza yesterday, if you didn't eat pizza, you'd say I didn't eat pizza yesterday. Easy, right?
Yes. And the best part, it doesn't matter if the verb is regular or irregular. You just add didn't and keep the verb in the base form. So no, I didn't ate, just I didn't eat. It's like a magic trick. So simple.
I love it. And don't forget, questions are just as easy. If you want to ask about something that happened in the past, all you have to do is start with did. So, did you watch the movie? Or did she visit her grandma? It's like flipping a switch from statement to question.
Exactly. And the best part, it's all in the past. Everything you say is done, finished, and ready to be shared. So whether you're telling a story or asking about something that happened in the past indefinite tense makes it sound smooth and natural.
I feel like we've just scratched the surface, but I know it's already getting clearer. Now let's jump into time markers. These little words help us show when the action happened. For example, yesterday, last week, 2 days ago, in 1995, or even a long time ago. They tell us exactly when the action is completed.
Oh, I love time markers. They're like the little clocks that help us set the scene. It's like saying, I went to the beach yesterday instead of just I went to the beach. It makes your story so much richer.
All right, everyone, welcome to part 2. I hope you're ready to keep this roller coaster going because we've got so much more to dive into. In part 1, we covered the basics of the past indefinite tense, right? We learned how to form positive sentences, negative sentences, and ask questions. But now, let's get even deeper.
Yes, yes, yes. So much more to uncover. Now that you've got the foundation down, we're going to level up your skills. And don't worry, we're going to keep it super fun and interactive, just like last time. Are you ready, Knox?
You know I'm always ready. And listeners, I hope you are too. So, in this part, we're going to dive into how we use the past indefinite tense with time markers and why those little words are game changers. When you use time markers like yesterday, last week, or in 1995, you're making your sentences more specific and clearer. Right, Leah?
Exactly. Time markers are like the icing on the cake. They make everything delicious. For example, when you say, I went to the party last night, the time marker last night makes it clear when the action happened. Without time markers, the sentence feels a little vague, don't you think?
Oh, totally. It's like saying, I went to the store and leaving everyone wondering when? But when you add last night, it's like you're putting the exact date on your experience. It's like saying, I went to the store last night. It was amazing. I danced all night. Now that's a story.
Yes, and you know what? Time markers aren't just for completed actions in the past. They also help you talk about the sequence of events. Like, first I woke up, then I had breakfast. After that, I went to the park. See how the time markers make the story flow? It's like you're telling the timeline of your day, and the past indefinite tense makes it all clear and smooth.
I love how you just painted that picture, Leah. It's like reading a fun timeline of someone's life in the past. And hey, you know what? Using time markers is like adding direction to your story, so the listener can follow every step. Without them, it's like you're telling a story, but it's missing the details. Like, I went to the store versus I went to the store yesterday to buy some bread. See the difference?
Oh, definitely. And speaking of time markers, let's break it down even more. When do we use which time markers? That's the question, right? If you want to talk about something that happened recently, you can say, I ate pizza last night, or I saw my friend 2 days ago. For events in the distant past, you can say, I visited Paris in 2005. And you can even go further back and say, I was born in 1990. Time markers help us be specific.
Exactly. The key here is being as specific as possible. It's all about making your story clear for your listeners so they can follow every detail of what happened in the past. And when we use time markers, it's like we're giving our story boundaries. It's like having a map to guide your listeners through your amazing adventure.
Oh, I love that analogy. A map to guide the story. Yes. All right, listeners, now let's talk about irregular verbs again. Yes, we're going back to those rock stars of the verb world. I know they can be tricky, but trust me, once you master them, you'll sound like a native speaker. 100%.
Yes, irregular verbs are so much fun once you get the hang of them. You'll be using them naturally, like I went, I saw, I did, and I ate. These are all past tense forms that you'll use in your everyday conversations. But hey, they don't follow any patterns, so you need to practice them a lot. The more you use them, the more fluent you'll sound. Cool.
Yep, practice makes perfect. So if you say, I went to the party last weekend, you're already using went, which is the past form of go. It sounds smooth and natural. But if you said, I goaded to the party, well, you probably make your listeners giggle.
Oh, yeah, That would definitely get a laugh. But don't worry, guys. Irregular verbs are tricky for everyone, even natives. So we're going to make it fun and interactive so that you remember them. How about this, Leah? Let's play a little game where we give our listeners a verb and they have to guess the past form.
Oh, that sounds awesome. All right, let's do it. Here's the first one. Run. What's the past form?
Oh, I know this one. Ran. Excited. See, listeners? That's how you nail it.
Yes, you nailed it. Let's do another one. How about eat?
Ate. See, guys? It's getting easier, right?
You're on fire, Knox. Let's do one more. See.
Oh, that's easy. Saw. Now, listeners, you've got a few of these under your belt. Keep practicing with these irregular verbs. They're going to be your secret weapon.
Yes, and as we wrap up part 2, I want you to remember this. The past indefinite tense is your go-to for telling stories, sharing experiences, and talking about things that happened in the past. With the right time markers, verbs, and a little practice, you'll sound like a pro.
Oh, absolutely. I can already hear your amazing stories coming to life, listeners. And don't worry, we've got so much more to cover. In part 3, we'll dive into how to use past indefinite tense for deeper, more complex stories. Trust me, you won't want to miss it. Stay tuned for part 3. It's coming up soon. All right, let's keep the momentum going. We've already covered so much in the first 2 parts. We've talked about how to use the past indefinite tense for basic statements, questions, and negatives. We've even dived into time markers and irregular verbs. But now, let's take things to the next level. Ready for more, Leah?
Oh, you know I am. We're just getting started. So, in this part, we're going to tackle how to tell deeper stories with the past indefinite tense. You know, those stories that really pull people in. We're talking about not just saying, I went to the park, but describing it in a way that makes your audience feel like they were there with you.
Yes! So let's take this example. Instead of just saying, I went to the park, how about we add more details and emotion? I went to the park last Saturday, and it was a sunny day. The birds were singing, and I walked along the path with my best friend, laughing and talking about life. Now that's a story.
Oh, I love that. You've really brought that story to life. And notice how the time marker last Saturday gives the specific moment the action took place. That's what makes your listener feel like they're there. So, when you're telling your story, think about how to add those little details, the ones that make everything real and vivid. You're painting a picture with words.
Exactly. It's not just about what happened, but about how you tell it. And you can do that using the past indefinite tense by adding time markers, descriptive language, and emotions. So instead of saying, I ate lunch, you could say, I ate lunch with my friends at our favorite cafe, and we had the best pizza we've ever tasted. Bam! Now it's a story.
Oh, I'm salivating just thinking about that pizza. But seriously, that's the secret to great storytelling in the past indefinite tense. The more detail you add, the more alive the moment feels. And don't forget to sprinkle in a little emotion. You can describe how you felt or how something impacted you. Like, when I saw that breathtaking sunset, I felt like everything was perfect in that moment.
Yes, I can feel the emotion in that one. And guess what, listeners? This isn't just for simple events. You can also use this for big life events. For example, instead of saying, I graduated, you can say, I graduated last year, and I'll never forget the feeling of walking across that stage, my heart racing as I saw my family cheering me on. Now that's really making those moments come to life.
Oh, wow. I can totally feel that. And see, you've used emotion and details to transport your listeners into that experience. The past indefinite tense gives you the freedom to do that. It's all about sharing your personal experiences and how they made you feel. The more you add, the more the story becomes real for your listener.
Exactly. And now that we've talked about details and emotions, let's add a twist to this. You know how when you tell stories, you sometimes use the past indefinite tense with sequencing words? Words like first, then, after that, later, and so on. That makes your story flow so smoothly. Leah, want to give us an example?
Oh, I've got you covered. Let's say we're talking about a fun day at the beach. Instead of saying, we went to the beach, you can say, first, we packed our bags and drove to the beach. Then, we set up our spot by the water and jumped in the ocean. After that, we had an amazing picnic on the sand.
Yes. See how adding those sequencing words makes the story flow like a movie? It's like you're taking your listener step by step through the experience.
Exactly. And by using those sequencing words, you're guiding the listener through the story and making everything seem like it happened in perfect order. The past indefinite tense isn't just about what you did, it's about how you make it alive for your listeners.
Yes, and let's not forget about dialogue, one of my favorite things to add in a story. Imagine this. Instead of just saying, we went to the park, you could say, we went to the park and my friend said, this is going to be the best day ever. I laughed and replied, I know, right? Let's make it unforgettable.
Oh, that would definitely get a laugh. But don't worry, guys, irregular verbs are tricky for everyone, even natives. So we're going to make it fun and interactive so that you remember them. How about this, Leah? Let's play a little game where we give our listeners a verb and they have to guess the past form.
Yes, you're really adding life to the story with the dialogue. And the best part is, you can do it with the past indefinite tense because it's the perfect tense for talking about completed actions and past conversations. Dialogues make your stories vivid, and it gives your audience a chance to hear the emotions and personalities of the characters in your story.
Yes, it's all about making the story memorable. So, now that you know how to add details, emotions, and dialogue, you can tell stories in the past indefinite tense like a true pro. Whether it's about a regular day, an amazing trip, or a life-changing event, your stories will come to life.
Oh, I'm feeling pumped just talking about it. So, here's what we're going to do. Go ahead and practice telling your own stories using the past indefinite tense. Start with small details, add some emotion, throw in a little dialogue, and use sequencing words to make it flow. Trust me, you'll sound like a native speaker telling an epic tale. All right, listeners, we're here. It's the final part of our amazing journey through the past indefinite tense. Can you believe it? We've covered so much already. How to use it, time markers, irregular verbs, and how to tell amazing stories. But we're not done yet, right, Leah?
Oh, we're just getting started. You know, Knox, we've talked a lot about storytelling and details in the past, but now it's time to connect the dots and bring everything together. Let's go over some key tips for using the past indefinite tense like a master storyteller. Boom!
Oh, I love it. So, here's what we're going to do in this part. We'll focus on how to use the past indefinite tense in conversation, how to avoid common mistakes, and some advanced tips to take your language skills to the next level. Ready, Leah?
Oh, I'm so ready, Knox. And I'm sure our listeners are ready to level up their English too. So let's kick things off with some real life scenarios. This is where the magic happens.
Oh, I love it. So imagine you're having a conversation with someone about what happened over the weekend. You can't say, I go to the beach. That's present, right? You need to say, I went to the beach. Done. Finished. That's past indefinite.
Exactly. And you'll be saying things like, I watched a movie last night, or I met my friend for coffee. So using past indefinite makes it clear when something happened. No guessing, just clear action in the past. And trust me, listeners, this is one of the most powerful tools in English.
Yes, and here's the trick. Keep it simple. When you tell a story, don't overload it with too many details or fancy words. You can say, "We had a great time at the beach," and it works perfectly. That's the beauty of the past indefinite. Simple and to the point.
Boom.
Right. You don't have to complicate things. And here's a pro tip. If you're ever unsure about when to use the past indefinite tense, ask yourself, did this happen and finish in the past? If the answer is yes, boom, past indefinite.
Yes, exactly. But hey, I know we're having fun with all this, but let's slow down for a second and talk about some common mistakes that learners make with the past indefinite tense. These are things you want to avoid to sound more natural. You ready for this, Leah?
Oh, I'm so ready. And trust me, listeners, we've all made these mistakes. But don't worry, we're going to fix them together. So, first one, forgetting to use did in negative sentences. Sometimes people say, I didn't went to the store. No. It should be, I didn't go to the store. The verb stays in the base form.
That's a classic mistake. Another one is when people accidentally say, she didn't ate pizza. It's she didn't eat pizza. The past indefinite uses didn't and the base verb always.
That's a good one. And here's another mistake, using the wrong form of irregular verbs. For example, saying, I buyed a new car. Nope. The correct form is, I bought a new car. Always remember to use the correct past form of those tricky irregular verbs.
Exactly. And another one is mixing tenses. Sometimes I hear people say, I went to the store and I am buying milk. That's a tense mismatch. If you're talking about the past, you need to stay in the past indefinite. I went to the store and I bought milk.
Oh, ouch. That one's a biggie. But no worries, folks. We're all learning here, and the key is practice, practice, practice. The more you use the past indefinite tense, the more natural it will feel.
Totally. And here's a pro tip. Don't say, did you eat the last slice of pizza? Remember to use the base verb with did. So the correct question is, did you eat the last slice of pizza?
Yes, you're so right, Leah. And now, let's wrap up part 4 with some advanced tips for mastering the past indefinite tense. These tips will help you sound even more fluent and confident in your storytelling. Ready for this, Leah?
Oh, I love advanced tips. All right, here's one. Use variety in your stories. Don't just keep saying, I went to the park. Mix it up. Say, I took a walk in the park, or I visited the park. You don't want to sound repetitive. Use different verbs to make your stories more interesting.
Yes, and you can combine the past indefinite tense with other tenses for more complex stories. For example, you can use the past continuous to describe ongoing actions in the past. So, I was walking in the park when I saw my friend. See how it works together?
Oh, I love that. Using multiple tenses in your storytelling makes everything sound so much more dynamic. And here's another pro tip. Use a variety of time markers. Instead of just saying yesterday, try mixing it up with 2 days ago, in the past, or last summer. That keeps your storytelling fresh and exciting.
Exactly. And when you add those time markers and extra details, you'll sound like a native speaker telling a story. So, listeners, don't be afraid to experiment and use these tips to enhance your storytelling with the past indefinite tense.
And that's a wrap. We've covered everything you need to know about the past indefinite tense. Now go ahead and practice telling amazing stories about your past, whether it's about your last vacation, a memorable event, or even just a fun moment with friends. Trust me, you'll have a blast with it. 100.
Yes, and I want to hear your stories. Leave us a comment and tell us about your past adventures. Remember, the more you practice, the more confident you'll become. Keep practicing those irregular verbs, use your time markers, and have fun telling stories. We'll see you next time.